We're live at Alico Arena in Fort Myers, Florida for Game 2 of the 3 games here in the CBE Classic as the Bradley Braves try to bounce back against the Gulf Coast Eagles. And this is a true road game for Bradley tonight, playing here at Florida Gulf Coast University in Alico Arena. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Bissoni, along with my partner.
Getting dressed here.
Getting ready, Dick Versace. And we welcome you to our broadcast. Dick, first, have you ever had a team with a lot of young players where you just say to them, don't think so much, just play?
Yeah, of course, I have had a lot of teams, of course, and I think that's happened on more than one occasion. Usually it's because they're young, they're inexperienced, and they never want to admit it, they're nervous. And when you say what you're saying to a team and you say, hey, look, just go out and play. Just don't think about anything. React. That gets the nervousness out, and it gives them a little freedom, a little green light.
Interesting. Talk about a couple of players in this game that our viewers can keep an eye on as key players.
Well, Delvin Franklin is a hot three-point shooter. He's their only senior. He's the spark, the lifeblood of this team. They think he's the best player they've ever recruited, and he's certainly got the stats to back it up.
Yes, he does.
Shooting 50% from three.
Yes, and for Bradley, a key tonight?
Well, I think you're going to see some different things tonight. You're going to see Will Egolf as a starter. That's going to be interesting. He's going to get heavy minutes for the first time in his career. And as they say in the NBA, when you get the minutes, work your minutes. Work your minutes.
It's your opportunity.
And that's what he needs to do, and Sam Maniscalco is back in the starting lineup.
That's great. Well, we're set to go. We'll be back with the starting lineups and then the play-by-play here from Alico Arena. Bradley and Gulf Coast next.
Now is the time to join the Academy of Okinawan Karate in Peoria, Eureka, and Morton. Gain self-confidence, learn self-defense, improve your physical fitness, and learn the self-discipline that leads to better grades. 2-time world karate champion Joseph Walker and his highly trained staff will help you achieve your goals. Call the Academy of Okinawan Karate now at 692-2499 for any of our 3 locations. North Point Shopping Center, Peoria, Eureka, and Morton next to Kroger's. Join now and receive a free uniform when you mention this ad.
Central Illinois farmers have taught us that hard work, dedication, and respect of others make up the farm way. Your friends at Leeway Ceramic Tile have built a company based on these same principles. Next time you're shopping for ceramic tile, visit the hardworking people who always treat their customers with respect. For quality products at a fair price, remember there's the farm way and there's Leeway. Leeway Ceramic Tile.
So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
Okay, guys, 2-minute break.
Hey, Jim, thanks for giving me the advice on the Better Banks. Terrific.
Hey, a satisfied customer is the best advertisement, and they've been great to me and my family since I moved back to Peoria.
They make me feel like a neighbor. Competitive rates just been terrific.
Well, my daily banking needs, they have my mortgage, I pay my bills online, and I get great service with that.
Experience for yourself what we mean by better service, Better Banks. Now with 5 locations to serve you in Bartonville, Peoria, Dunlap, and Wyoming. Member FDIC.
You're looking at Alico Arena in Fort Myers, Florida, before Bradley and Florida Gulf Coast. And, Coach, you mentioned a little bit ago, we do have a different starting lineup again tonight. Will Egolf is in it.
Well, Egolf is an outstanding talent, okay? He is a guy that has the skills, but he played in Alaska, and it's just going to take a while for him to get comfortable and be the confident player that he needs to be.
Exactly. Bradley also has Sam Maniscalco in along with Dunson, Robertson, Wilson. Delvin Franklin, 6'2", best player on their team, shot up, good shooter. Reed Baker, transfer from Michigan, has got a lot of potential as a shooter. Freshman 6'9", Christian Wolf. There's Kyle Marks, he's 6'7", 230, and a leaper. And number 24 is Derek O'Neill, another high flyer at 6'5". Those are the starting lineups for tonight's game. This is Coach Jim Less's 199th game as Bradley coach. He's won 106 and lost 92. Of course, Jim's had his teams have won over 20 or more games 3 years in a row. Bradley beat UIC 67-61, lost to Florida and KC. Gulf Coast is 1-2, and they did beat North Central 66-58. They lost to Richmond by 9. Let's talk a little bit about, as the lineup come out, Sam Maniscalco didn't start last night, but had a pretty decent second half, and good to see him back in the lineup.
Well, he shot 50% from the field. from the three-point line.
Right.
He was 5 for 10. He had 16 points. He was the leading scorer for the Braves last night. For them to win, maybe Sam or someone else on the team, Chris Roberts, certainly, Dodie Dunston, somebody has to step up and have a big game. We're not going to win this basketball game with the kinds of contributions that we got last night. Even though Sam had, I think, a good game, there weren't enough people, and nobody stepped up big and had a big, big night.
We did not get great center play last night, and that's one of the reasons that Will Egolf, who came to Bradley at 6'9" and maybe around 200 pounds, Egolf now is 233, and he's going to get his first ever start. I'm sure he's a little bit nervous, but as you said, make something happen during your minutes.
Work your minutes. I can remember Chuck Daly. We had our three guards. We had Isaiah Thomas. We had Vinnie Johnson and Joe Dumars. We played that three-guard rotation, and Chuck always used to say, when you get in, work your minutes, work your minutes, work your minutes. So that's what I saw Will at the elevator when we were coming over for the broadcast tonight. And I didn't even know he was starting at the time. So he said, "Hi, Coach, how you doing?" I said, "Let me tell you what Chuck Daly used to say. He used to say, work your minutes. You know what that means?" He goes, "What does that mean?" I said, "It means when you're in there, make something happen."
Make a play.
I said, every time you went in a game last year, nothing, you didn't get a rebound, you didn't get a basket, you didn't take a charge, you didn't score. I said, make something happen tonight.
Florida Gulf Coast has been a university only 11 years. They're in Division II for their second year, coached by Dave Balza. And the series between these two teams in history is Bradley 1 and Gulf Coast nothing. The enrollment here is 9,400 people, and it's a spread out and beautiful campus. This is a very, very nice area, and of course the weather of 80 degrees does allow you to see why people move here.
Yeah, for all our friends in Peoria and watching the broadcast, it was 79 degrees today, and we were warm, and you were not.
Oh, dear. Well, Bradley's in the red uniforms tonight because they are indeed the home team. Of course, Bradley's game last night against KC was a neutral court game. This is a true road game, and Coach, it's always easier to win when you're wearing the white uniforms than the red ones. I mean, you're on the road.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Home games, and when you can get the crowd involved, it's a huge factor in basketball, maybe more than any other sport. And that's true at all levels of basketball, in the NBA,
Sure.
College basketball, everywhere.
The officials tonight, J.B. Caldwell, Steve Anderson, and Bart Lennox. In the center circle, Will Egolf and Kyle Marks. Marks is quite a leaper. He got the tip to Reed Baker, and we're underway. Bradley will try to win the game tonight against Gulf Coast after losing to KC. Man-to-man start for the Braves. Baker on a cut and a pop. Bang.
Now, Baker has not been shooting the ball well at all, except from the free throw line, and all of a sudden he comes out and he knocks down his first wide-open jumper.
And it's a 2-0 game, Bradley's first possession. Wheeling free, Theron Wilson for one along the window. He turned on the left shoulder and nobody was there.
Well, we have a lot of people that could step up, and he's certainly one of those.
Christian Wolf is 42, the center for the white team. He's 6'9" from Wisconsin. 24 is Derek O'Neill, and a turnover against the Eagles. The Braves take the ball back. Bradley would love, there's Jim Less, Steve Murfell's Chuck Bisher's son, Eric Bisher, and Alvin Brooks, Kyle Vogt along the Bradley sidelines. Stutter step left, Roberts. Swing. Theron, 3. And Gulf Coast comes away with Kyle Marks.
Well, we're looking at Gulf Coast playing a zone, and Bradley, as we talked about, Frank is going to see a lot of zone, and they're going to have to show not only that they can beat a zone, but that they can hit from the perimeter, and that's going to be true whether the other team is in man or zone, but particularly when they're in zone.
Here's a foul on Will Egolf, and the Bradley Centers seem to get fouls and fouls early.
Well, nothing wrong with a good aggressive foul. If you're gonna get started, that's not a bad way to get started.
Reed Baker tried baseline, stepped out of bounds, and the Braves will shoot for the lead in the early going.
Sometimes, when you're playing basketball and you were in the early minutes of the half, go ahead and have something physical happen.
Chris Roberts tries a mid-range jumper. Reed Baker pulls down the rebound and tries to push the tempo. Lob inside. Turn, marks, good. Check it, O'Neal. Derek O'Neal is 24. Wilson outside. Bradley moving the ball without dribbling it. Wilson got through and got fouled. Theron Wilson, for the second straight night, starting aggressively.
Yeah, that's a good aggressive move.
Dodie Dunston, stop and pop and drop. And it's a 4-4 game. Bradley knows Baker's a good shooter. Nice play by Will Egolf, and he recovers. Nearly got that steal. He'd have had a free lane if he could have caught it. Delvin Franklin, nice looking player. Bradley in red, wide open, blocked by Egolf. Nicely done by the young
fella.
Work your minutes. Well, he's nearly got a steal, then he got a block. Tricky dribble by Roberts. Sam Maniscalco, teardrop, block. Bradley got the call.
I thought Sam had a wide open jumper, should have taken the jumper.
He did.
But he faked and he got in the lane, which isn't bad. And the defender moved under him. That clearly was a block.
Marks never got there. And now Bradley with 17:33 will try to take this lead. Each team's got players at the scorer's table. Good look at Sam Maniscalco, who's had aching feet. I mean, nothing major here, but he had ice on him today. He had some treatment. He's getting better day by day, but you know him, he's a gamer.
Yeah, he's going to play through it. When you look at the Bradley lineup with Egolf in the lineup, we're more athletic, because when you take the guys Maniscalco, Dodie Dunston, Chris Roberts.
Look at that! I think Will Egolf tipped that in from his hip. Excuse me, Coach.
No, I'm as excited as you are.
7-4 Bradley.
The point I was making is that with Egolf in the lineup, we're more athletic, offensively and defensively.
Getting free along the baseline is Wolf, and he is fouled. Christian Wolf, big young guy from Kohler, Wisconsin. Ed Rolax has come in also for the Eagles. Well, the work your minutes line might work all night if Will keeps doing things like that.
There's a word for athletes coming of age, and the word is epiphany. It just means that there's some point in your career where you get it. You get how hard you have to work. You get how passionate you have to be. And that could be what happens to Will Egolf tonight.
Jimmy Valvano always said when you recruit a kid, one of the key questions to ask is, does he get it? And it's 7-5 Bradley, and Egolf has helped the Braves early. Theron Wilson, a little pop in the mid-range lane, no, and the rebound goes down to Florida Gulf Coast. Edwin McCain won in for Bradley. He's out in front with Dunson and Maniscalco, with Egolf and Theron Wilson at the forward and center. By the way, Richmond beat Kansas City in the first game tonight. Bradley will play Richmond tomorrow night in the first game, 4 o'clock Central Illinois time. Little short runner misses. It looked like Theron Wilson tried to run before he fully had the handle.
were much more aggressive tonight. The Bradley team is much more energetic. They seem like they're shaking off the cobwebs of the very poor performance yesterday. And that's one of the things that I think Jim Les does a good job of. You know, I heard that in all the meetings that he had with the players after last night, everything was positive. He tried to keep it positive. He knows he has a young and probably at this point somewhat fragile team.
Jim did mention after the game he liked the response he got in the locker room, but he said, and what you were pointing out, but now it's got to transfer to the court.
Well, I think what he did was he threw it back on them. He came in, he made his comments. He probably had a few tough things to say. Then he got positive and he said, "Now I want to hear what you have to say." And without revealing, what
Sure.
was said, a lot of guys stepped up and said what was on their minds. And this is a common thing in the NBA. And Jim is a big NBA background, and he knows the value of that.
Yes.
Chuck Daly used to call it circling the wagons.
Well, one of the things our wagons have been doing is rushing a little bit, but tonight Bradley seems more at a tempo. Bradley has not gotten a rhythm that I'm sure Jim wants yet, but they will. Delvin Franklin guarded by Maniscalco. Big job for Sam. Franklin gets inside, misses, rebound to the Eagles. Reed Baker missed it. You don't want to see Reed Baker make them all, and Ed Rolax just got on the back of one of the Braves.
Yeah, I believe it was Theron Wilson. He was over Theron Wilson's back, and we got the call.
Now there's a timeout on the court, and we'll be back in just a moment at Alico Arena.
It's all about teamwork, and as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers at Teamworks, we thank you for your continued support and welcome you again soon. We're gearing up for back to school with an expanded showroom, great new spirit wear to support your team, and as your authorized Mizuno team dealer, we have the latest equipment to give your team that competitive edge. Teamworks, we're as passionate and proud of our team as you are of yours.
Embassy Suites Hotel and Conference Center in East Peoria. Online now at embassysuiteseastpeoria.com.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
Well, let's not beat a dead horse, but Will Egoff, work your minutes, get a block. That's it.
Did you say, let's not kill Hamlet in the first act?
Yeah, right.
All right. 15:42 to go. Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace in Fort Myers, Florida. Bradley in red. They have a 2-point lead. And here's
half-court
Taylor Brown into Singh. He finger rolled it up there. It's short. And Bradley loses the possession. Franklin from way downtown. And Bradley's got a run out. It's 3-on-2. It's Maniscalco is fouled. Bradley's got superior team speed.
Yes, and that's something that they need to use defensively as well as offensively. Anybody is going to want to get out like this on the break. Everybody likes to do that. You don't need to coach players into doing that. It's taking that team speed and applying it to what you do defensively.
Good. This is McCain. Edrin got inside, slipped it to Brown, went through his fingers, but a nice recovery by Bradley and Dunson. Coming toward the 15-minute mark in the first half. Dunson tries to slip through two, shot it up there, and a foul on the Braves.
Well, we've had a couple really easy shots. Sam Singh had a little point-blank 2-footer. Dodie Dunson had a little point-blank 4-footer. We need those to drop. But I do like the the feel of the way they're moving. They seem to be playing with a little more confidence, and that's a big, big plus.
I noticed when Egolf went out, Steve Murfeld went over to him, sat next to him, pounded him on the back a little bit, pointing some things out to him, keeping him alert to go back in this game.
Well, it was a short but positive debut.
It was. 34 is George Erdvania from the Georgia Republic. And here's a kind of a bad shot, up and down and no good. Here's the rebound down by Derek O'Neill. He's big and strong. And it's a 7-7 tie. Bradley gets to the other end in a hurry. McCain penetrates and throws it away. And Sam gets it back. Good play by Sam Maniscalco. Sam backs behind the three-point line. Now 20 feet 9 inches this year, a foot deeper than last year. Taylor Brown. Reggie Chambers' 5 came in also for the Eagles. They play a lot of people, and they're not bashful. They'll fire the threes up there.
They only have one player who averages the double figures, and that's Delvin Franklin. So you're going to see, you know, like a fire drill here.
Reggie Chambers just rung a bell, and the Eagles get a three-point lead on one shot. They don't have a ton of guys doing 30 minutes either, so they play a lot of people, and they try to keep people fresh. Bradley gets Darian Norris, Will Egolf, and Theron Wilson back in the game.
See, one of the things that all of these coaches have to consider is that you're playing 3 games in 3 days, and that's why they're going to be running players in and out, knowing that, you know, they're going to want good energy, you know, in the last 5 minutes of the game.
I'm glad you told me that. I thought they thought we weren't alert. Darian Norris, a freshman from Vegas, to McCain, a freshman from Louisiana. Roberts, a first-year player. Will Egolf on a tip out. Got his hand on it, and Bradley keeps possession. Braves down 3, need a hoop. Roberts thought about it. McCain in traffic. Norris, 3, yes!
Well, that's a welcome sight. Now, that's his reputation. Darian Norris's reputation is that, you know, he's a combo guard. He can play some 1, he can play some 2, but he's really a shooter. That's his strength, and it was good to see him get that first one.
It sure was. There's a ball tipped away by Bradley on the defense. And, you know, you made an interesting point to me. Brad, there's a different feel to this game, and there's a different energy level, it seems to me, on the Bradley bench and on the court. Just a little different feel to this game than yesterday.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Frank. It's kind of what we expected last night, and, you know, we're shocked that we didn't get. They seem so much more poised tonight. Jim Les is mixing up the defenses. They're in a 2-3 zone right now.
2 freshman guards for Bradley. Delvin Franklin was trying to slip along the baseline, number 20, but Bradley poked it away. The Braves tied at 10.
All right, they're still playing a 2-3 zone on the inbounds. A lot of teams like to do this. And then they stay in the zone. Shot clock was running down.
A force 3 that Chambers tracked down, and the Eagles keep the ball. Florida Gulf Coast in the white, Kelly green, blue.
Bradley back in the man-to-man defense.
McCain's going after Chambers, who's 5'9", but he is ultra quick. That's Chris Roberts trying to guard on the baseline. Here's a wild pass, and Erdvania couldn't pick it up, but another Eagle does. It was Derek O'Neill, and the Braves had a bad break.
Well, I thought Florida Gulf Coast showed a lot of patience on that possession, and they took the shot clock down to about 4 seconds, and then there was this scramble underneath the basket, and they were able to come up with it right when you thought Bradley had the possession, and Bradley played very good defense for the bulk of that possession.
There is a timeout on the court and a tie game. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
State Bank of Spear offers a number of services at no cost that add significant value to us. Most of these things are things that State Bank of Spear offered that we weren't able to find in other places, such as free business checking, discount on business checks, and a free courier service. We estimate saves us several $1,000s in a year's time.
Check out Peoria Banking Center's completely free checking accounts. The Peoria Banking Center in the Candletree Center on North University, Peoria.
Selection, we have it at Finish Line Ford. No matter what you're looking for, import or domestic. 05 G35X, 16815, 06 C230, 19574, 07 IS250, 2678. Central Illinois' best selection at our lowest prices. Find them all at finishlineford.net.
Bradley basketball fans, it's time to get ready to rock the house. Power packs are on sale now. College basketball's best entertainment value is waiting for you with 5 Saturday games for $50. Get yours now at the Shea Stadium ticket office or by calling 309-677-2625. Don't miss a second of Bradley Braves basketball action. Get your power pack today. Bradley basketball. Are you fan enough?
Here's a look at a shot from the wing for the Braves, and that I think that was Darian's three.
Yeah, Darian Norris on the board, feeling good.
All right, the Braves, Coach, have only committed 2 turnovers so far after 16 in the first half last night, so that's cleaned up some.
Yeah, and they've had 61 turnovers in 3 games. That's like way too much. Neither team right now is shooting that well. Bradley's 4 for 11. And Gulf Coast is 4 for 12. Both teams been to the free throw line just twice.
O'Neal just nailed a couple and gives the Eagles a 2-point lead. Here's a full court trap. Pressure. David Collins is in the game trying to help Maniscalco. Here's a wild pass down the court, intercepted by Reggie Chambers. And the pressed work the first time against Bradley. Sometimes a team that presses doesn't like to be pressed.
Well, when you get your best ball handler turning the ball over, that's not a good thing. And Sam Maniscalco should have used his ball handling abilities and speed, just a water bug through that press.
Trying to back their way in.
Good
and Bradley has a nice interception. Here's a kick out to Theron Wilson, who's held and fouled by Chambers. Theron Wilson gets from one end of the court to the other with the quickest of them. Bradley.
Well, you're just seeing more activity, better pushing of the ball. Theron Wilson gets down court, gets fouled. He clearly had the edge, and he gets a steal.
There, David Collins didn't see Chambers. He stripped him, went the distance, and laid it in. And that's a 4-point lead for Gulf Coast. One thing Bradley did not want was to fall behind and have to play from the back. High screen. Sam's free. It's a pop. Around and out. Very nice rebound by Theron Wilson.
You know, you're just going to have to take those shots. Sam had a wide open shot. When Chris Roberts has open shots, here's the shot. It's almost down. Great effort by Theron Wilson getting in there and keeping the possession for Bradley.
He was fouled by Christian Wolf, 42. Theron Wilson has shot free throws at 65% here in the early going. He was better than that last year by a few percentage points. He averages 10 points and, more importantly, perhaps 8 rebounds a game for Bradley. Dodie Dunston averages 15 points here in the early going for the Braves. Wilson got it. 14-11 Eagles, 10:44 to go at Alico Arena. Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace, glad you're joining us tonight.
You know, Frank, we were talking about the fact that Gulf Coast only has one person who averages in double figures. Bradley has 4. You mentioned, you know, that Dodie Dunston was averaging 15, and you have 2 other players at 11, Maniscalco and Wilson.
Bradley playing some defense. Ed Rolex is at the high post. Wolf low. And Derek O'Neal with the ball. Great jumper. Got some elevation, and there's a high-flying rebound by Theron Wilson. Can Bradley score this trip? Pass inside Singh. He lost the handle. He was 2 feet from the basket, could have laid it in. Bradley lost the handle that time, and the Eagles shoot to increase their 3-point lead. O'Neal has handled the ball a lot. This time he is held by Chris Roberts of the Braves.
As you watch Bradley on defense, you'll see that they are doing a better job defensively coming from the weak side. Now, that time, Chris Roberts just got beat, but the weak side, or sometimes called the help side, was moving over. And they did not do a good job in the last game of providing good help side defense. That's why you saw a lot of layups, by the opponent. UMKC shot more layups than they normally get. They were a team that lived off of threes, and yet they were getting to the cup pretty easily against Bradley because the weak side defense wasn't there.
That's an excellent point. I also noticed that O'Neal's been around the basket a lot. He's 6'5" and 185, so you don't have to be built like a Hummer in order to make something happen on the low block. Sam Maniscalco comes to the front court. Bradley needs a hoop. Actually, they need a few in a row. Sam's open and then covered. Moving better tonight, I think, Sam. That's Darian Norris, 3.
Good ball movement, showing good patience.
12 to shoot, Maniscalco. All alone for the rebound is O'Neal. Bradley stuck on 11.
There's a good example of the help side. See, when the ball is on one side of the court, now it's in the middle of the court. That's different.
The freshman at 6'9", Christian Wolf drills one, and Bradley falls back by 6. One time you're frustrated with your outside shooting, you just never know. Nice set pick by Singh. Maniscalco went around it for an easy layup.
Bradley's back in the zone. No, they're gone to man. They're still in man.
Addison Smith is 4 in the lane. Bradley has the hands on the ball and out of bounds, I think, to the Braves. Yes, it is. And Bradley needs to knock another 2 or 3 off the Gulf Coast lead. The CBE Classic, the O'Reilly Auto Parts, Jim Less has brought his team to Florida. He's really done well in preseason and postseason tournaments in his years at Bradley, and he'd like to pick up a victory here tonight and take a shot at Richmond tomorrow. High weave. Singh post. Wilson beat his man, stepped out of bounds. Just for good measure, Norris threw up another one.
That's not something that you want to happen. They need to show good patience on offense. They need to move the ball against the zone. They like to get the ball inside and throw the ball to the weak side. Theron just forced it down the baseline. There wasn't anything there whether he stepped on the out-of-bounds line or not.
He was pretty well sealed, that's it. Wolf comes away from the basket, which brings Singh out. The count is on, 15 to shoot. Baker looks in. Baker can shoot the ball. Here's a short 3 and a run out. Wilson's got it, cuts by a man, blocked by Kyle Marks. He led his state in Florida at West Palm in blocks 2 years in a row. He's a transfer from Nebraska. Wow.
He can get upstairs.
That is a high flyer. And there's timeout on the court. And we'll be back with Bradley trailing by 2. Whoa.
At Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington, we make it easy to get started on an exercise program. First, we help match you with the right fitness equipment. And we back each purchase with Russell's exclusive 30-day guaranteed buyback policy. Russell stays with you every step of the way. Sales, service, delivery, and in-home maintenance. No third parties, only Russell's crew of fitness professionals. So visit our showroom at Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington. We're not only the best place to buy your bicycle, we're the best place to buy your fitness equipment too.
Whether you've got the next Bradley basketball star in training or you're just having fun with the kids, count on the durability of a Goal Setter basketball system exclusively at Rainbow Play Systems. Goal Setter basketball systems have the proven performance and engineering to provide years of fun. The Goal Setter's patented compression jack system and offset pole design make this unit superior to other basketball goals. Visit Rainbow Play Systems today to try the Goal Setter basketball system for yourself and get a free pole pad with your purchase. Goal Setter basketball systems, the best in basketball.
'Tis the season for shopping and winning with Comcast Spotlight. Local businesses are teaming up with Comcast Spotlight to give you the opportunity to win a holiday shopping spree. One lucky customer will win a prize package containing a $50 gift certificate from each sponsor. Just imagine the value. Visit these participating businesses by Christmas Eve to register, and you could be shopping your way to a very Merry Christmas.
Sam Maniscalco gets a little help from Sam Singh. Nice screen out by Sam Singh. Sam Maniscalco, Sam to Sam for the layup.
All right. 17-15 in favor of Florida with the ball. Baker wheels to the right. Going up and down is Addison Smith, and another whistle. Games get chopped up sometimes by lots of whistles. 7.5 minutes almost to go in the game, and Bradley is within 2. Addison Smith, so far in the early season, is 75% at the free throw line. He's from Lantana, Florida, 6'2", freshman guard. Bradley's opponents have shot well on free throws against the Braves this year. Actually, 76% the opponents. Bradley shot 69% for the season on foul shots. 1 for 2. Darian Norris tracks the rebound. Braves need a good shot. Norris tries. One and done. No offensive rebound for Bradley that trip.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's been encouraged to shoot the ball, and he's a good shooter. He's got a good-looking shot. Just needs to drop a few and get his confidence levels up.
Great play by Maniscalco. He stripped Reed Baker. Now he's got to beat Wolf. He does, and he didn't get it. He did get fouled. Nice play by Sam. And he's mad that he didn't finish.
He's got a lot of bounce to his step tonight. I think he feels better about starting the game. I think he feels better about being in the lineup and being the captain that he is. Terrific play. He strips the ball. Now he's trying to read what's happening to the defensive man. And I believe Christian came in there. Christian Lukenhaus made a miss.
Sam missed the first free throw. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Bradley down 3. Sam's got aching feet, but desire wins.
We talked about the other night. Everybody's hurt a little bit. You're in Division I basketball. You're hurt. You're going to have to play.
Out of the game goes Sam, and in comes Edrin McCain. McCain is about guarding the ball right now.
He's a very physical player. He's got great foot speed and a great leaping ability.
He's a good rebounder for his size. There's Franklin, so short that it made an easy shot for Ed Rolax. But somebody once said the best pass to a big man is a shot on the rim.
I always say the best pass to a big man is at his chin. Because if you put the pass at his chin, he's going to get his hands up and he's going to protect his face. It's the most natural thing to do.
Interesting.
You do not want to throw a ball lower than the chest to a big man because their world is in another space.
That's right.
And they'd like to protect their face.
I remember speaking.
Don't start me rhyming. I'm a simple Simon if you start me rhyming.
Ah, dear. I remember Weldon Drew when he was a coach. He used to say, "We've got a lot of great outside shooters, except all of our games are played indoors." Edrin McCain with the ball. Bradley down 4. The Braves really need a hoop right here.
Gulf Coast has gone to a 1-3-1 zone, and they're extending it.
McCain steps into it. Taylor Brown's in the corner. Here's a pop from the outside, down by Darian Norris, his second 3. And Bradley closes within 1 and 1 stroke.
Exactly what they need. They need someone else who can shoot from the perimeter.
Chambers to the baseline. Blocked by Bradley. Good defense by the Braves. You know, Edwin McCain's only 5'11", but he's a strong kid.
I mean, I guess he's had as many as 16 rebounds in the game when he was a high school player, so he really is not afraid to go in there and mix it up with the big boys.
Got a lot of strength. Delvin Franklin is 20, remember. He's their top player. Foul against the Eagles. I believe it's on Derek O'Neal. Let's see. No, it's on Bradley.
Chris Roberts fouled.
That's his third foul if that's Roberts.
I thought it was Roberts.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's Roberts, and Dunson's going to get off the bench. Chris Roberts has got 3 fouls with 6 minutes to go in the first half. That's 9 fouls on Florida Gulf Coast and 8 on Bradley. Let's see. All right, here's a 21-19 Eagles lead. It's now 3. Bradley looks to answer.
Still in the 1-3-1. Gulf Coast in the 1-3-1 zone.
And a wild pass by McCain. And the zone works again, and Bradley will keep seeing those zones until it has more success.
Well, when you go against a 1-3-1 zone, you have to attack the notch. The notch is created by the point man and the wing man. If you just try to throw from where you are across court, you're going to set yourself up for interceptions.
A to B, not A to C.
Yes.
That was what they call a skip pass, I guess, but it skipped all the way into the crowd.
That's not exactly what they're talking about when they're talking about a skip pass. I know you know. But now when you throw from guard to guard without penetrating that notch that I talked about, then it's very difficult. You've got to lob the ball over, and you don't want to throw those balloon passes. And I know the coaching staff does not like those.
A missed free throw by Reed Baker. That's his first miss of the year. He was 10 for 10 coming into the game at the foul line.
Now, wasn't he originally recruited by Michigan?
Absolutely. He played a season at Michigan, played in 28 games and an NIT, and in one game at Michigan he had 5 threes, a capable shooter.
Let's not have him have his coming out party against us.
That's for sure. Bradley needs to pay attention.
There's that notch. Attack the notch, then your passes are easier.
Collins gets over to Taylor Brown, who couldn't keep the handle, and now it's a run out for Reggie Chambers, and he threw it up and in with the left hand, a circus shot, and it's 25-19, and Jim Les calls a timeout.
That's just what I was talking about. When you throw the ball to a big man, Taylor Brown 6'5", and David Collins throws it at his knees, and he's on the move, you can't complete that pass. I mean, the discipline is to throw the pass to a target. People watch the pro players, and they don't realize that they have these little details that they pay attention to. And one of them is you throw to targets. So if a man is wide open, you throw to his chin, he'll get his hands up to protect his face. Watch this pass. Comes in low. No, that's not the pass. That's the I'm sorry, that's the three-pointer by Darian Norris. The pass I was talking about was from Collins
to Taylor Brown.
Taylor Brown, and it was not a pass he could handle, and in traffic turns into a turnover.
That it did. So the Bradley Braves, we haven't got the latest flash stats, but the Braves now have 10 fouls, where the bonus will be in effect here. Braves offense pushed well out on the court. Wing, McCain whips it in to Theron Wilson, steps in, puts it up, and is fouled. Wilson had his man sealed, and he'll go to the foul line.
I worry about Edrin McCain making all these penetrations and never trying to finish. Not that wasn't a good choice here, but it's almost invariably when he goes into the lane, he's going to pass the ball. He's not looking to finish. He's not looking to shoot a teardrop or a finger roll or a mid-range jumper. And he gets up in the air, and now he sometimes gets himself in trouble. That time he got bailed out by a terrific athletic play, by Theron Wilson.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that Edwards had trouble getting the ball in the basket early this year, and it's just maybe a little psychological?
Oh, he's a freshman. I mean, you know, he's got a lot to learn, and he's got a lot of ability, and he's going to be a fine player. I don't mean to say that.
Sure, of course. 2-3 zone by Bradley. Maybe not. They were set that way, and
no, it's a 2-3, yep. Frank. Just ask Coach Versason. he's used to looking at these defenses.
Reed Baker's way out on the court, and he skips it over to Chambers, who's had a good first half. Look at that quick move all the way in, left-handed too. Wow.
That was just a great move. I don't really have any complaints about that. He made a great move.
He's from right around here in Florida. He took his high school team to a state title. Reggie Chambers, only 5'9", but really, really quick. Foul on Gulf Coast as Theron Wilson draws it again. Bradley's down by 6. And a 2-shot foul coming up here for Theron Wilson. Jim Les calls David Collins over, as you can see.
Don't ask me. I can't repeat it.
The FCC still exists.
No, I'm sure he was just giving him a little, sage advice there. Yeah, David Collins just has all kinds of ability. You just wonder how much he loves the game, And he had that early preseason game where he was, I think, 10 for 11 from the floor.
Yes.
And you thought, okay, now he understands. Now he's on his way, and then he just takes a backward step. He's got all kinds of skills. He's an outstanding shooter. I mean,
really is.
Perimeter.
Watching him shoot, even out a ways, he's got a very soft touch.
He's just not aggressive, Frank.
No.
And
so far not.
That's got to change for him. He's a senior. 2-3 zone by Bradley.
Ben Vega, 10 with the ball. He's a junior out of Waukegan, Illinois. And the Gulf Coast Eagles are being a little patient right now. There's 14-13 on their shot clock. They lead by 4. They'd like to get another. Vega, 3, yes. He's shooting 14% from the three-point line, and against Bradley, down it goes. 14%. And a foul as David Collins set the post. Irk Vania, who's not the most graceful man in this building, fouled him over the back. All right, we have a break coming up. Bradley's down 7, and we'll be back in a moment.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. World-class value, world-class service.
Employee pricing plus on all 08 and 09 Volvos at Velde Volvo during our Season of Giving event. Like this 08 XC90 crossover at $41,427, 08 XC70 at $37,349, and this 09 S40 at $28,291.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo, Pioneer Parkway, Peoria. We deliver world-class value, world-class service.
What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking. Your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
We've got a strong local economy, good inventory of properties. The timing's perfect.
And the rates are good.
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 Really good.
Call the Realtor today.
We'll be there the day you buy your first home, the day your first child is born, the day you filed your first claim. Through all the changes in your life, we'll be there to make sure your insurance coverage keeps up. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
We're at the Alico Arena in Fort Myers, Florida for the CBE Classic. The Braves in red, 23, but the Eagles in white with 7 more at 30. Coach, what's on the stat sheet?
Bradley shooting 7 of 17 for 41%, 7 of 10 from the line, and 2 from 8 from the three-point line. Gulf Coast is 9 for 21, 42%, 10 for 14 from the line and 2 for 5 from threes.
Collins missed a free throw. David out of Toronto, Canada. He was shooting 75% on free throws before that one. He weighs 242 pounds at 7 feet. He got that one down.
Now if he could get a few other things down.
Yes. Like a thunder dunk. Here's a long pop by Franklin that doesn't go. Inside position, Theron Wilson. Bradley has the ball. Maniscalco. Wilson. Bad pass by McCain. Left his feet, threw it right to the defender. Here's a layup on the other end, no good. Another rebound for Derek O'Neal, and Gulf Coast keeps the ball. Errors continue to plague the Braves. Reed Baker fires it up. The ball's bounding around. They got to call something pretty soon. Baker got free and missed it. Collins rebounds. Bradley goes. Winding toward 2:30. Haven't seen much of Dodie Dunson on offense. McCain tries a three ball. Baker has it going the other way. Steal by Wilson from behind. Foul, Florida. Nice play by Theron and Sam Maniscalco.
Well, you certainly can't fault Bradley's energy. You can't fault their effort. They're just still having a difficult time getting the ball in the basket. And you're seeing a variety of lineups, and it sometimes takes time to get used to these new players and what their proclivities are. And you got to understand, it seems like when Edrin McCain goes in the lane, he's going to jump in the air, and so you better make yourself available or he's going to throw it away. Now, you could cure that a couple of ways. Make yourself available or have him not jump in the air.
Except to shoot.
Except to shoot the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And we should mention, I know we mentioned it last night, but we can't assume everybody watches all the time. Andrew Warren has not played in this tournament. He's clearly Bradley's superior perimeter shooter and will not play in all likelihood tomorrow night. So, when you watch the Braves, remember that Andrew Warren, the fourth leading returning scorer in the Valley, still hasn't played a game.
And he's a veteran, and you put him in the backcourt. You put Roberts at 3. You put Warren at the 2, Maniscalco at the 1. Then play whoever you want there, and Wilson, and then play whoever you want at center, because it's going to be center by committee all year. That's a different basketball team than the one we're seeing out there now, because we're having to play freshmen, and you can see now Jim's playing a lot of zone. That's not the defense he normally prefers.
Andrews, of course, this is his third year with Bradley, and of course he had a very, very successful sophomore season. Of course, we're anxious for him to get back. That's a double dribble or traveling by Delvin Franklin. He had the ball going everywhere.
Pretty good pressure out front by both guards, by McCain and Maniscalco, and that's out of a zone. So that's not bad. Getting pressure outside and still be in a zone.
Under 2 minutes, first half, Bradley down 5. They'd love to get a hoop here. Keep saying Bradley needs somebody to step up. This would be a great time. The ball was tipped, and it's Bradley's ball. Maniscalco beat 2 back. That leaves McCain open. 3 ball, yes!
All right, finally.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's not a bad-looking shot. I don't think that's his strength, but he's got to shoot the ball, as does Maniscalco when he's open.
Some coaches demand that.
No, I'm sure Jim is encouraging these guys.
Oh, of course he is.
He's encouraging them to shoot the ball, but they pass up a lot of shots.
That's been kind of a familiar theme so far in the early going. This is a 30-second timeout with 30 to 28 score. Anything, Coach, it's just that strikes you about this game, the rhythm, the tempo, the play? How do you feel about this?
I'd like to point out that the Gulf Coast Eagles play a pretty sophisticated game. They're changing defenses. They're trapping on the half court. They're playing some 2-3 zone. They mix in some man once in a while. They play an extended 1-3-1. So they're doing an outstanding job of trying to keep a young Bradley team off balance. And now on the other side of the coin, you've got Bradley trying to adjust to these various changing defenses that Gulf Coast is using, and they're getting a little better at it as the game progresses.
Good point. As the camera went along the stands there with a block of red, we should just mention again what a great tip of the cap to this Bradley team from these fans. 300 and some strong down here rooting for the Braves. Talked to Mr. and Mrs. Gene Morse before the game. Great to see old neighbor of mine, a great friend, and also Virgil Stroop from Lakin and his wife are here. Just a great show by the loyal fans of Bradley University. Minute and 3, first half. Bradley 1 basket away. Can Bradley tie or take the lead this time? Oh, Anthony Thompson makes his first appearance in the post. He got called for a moving screen.
That hardly seems possible. You know, this nickname is Sticks.
Yes.
I don't know how much of the body actually hit anybody.
Anthony goes at
and did it hurt?
6'10", 211 pounds. He's out of Houston, a freshman, redshirt freshman. Vega. Vega missed his shot. Nice rebound, Taylor Brown. He's got a little bounce. Sam wants the ball. Crowd quiet while Bradley works it. There's a much bigger house here for this game. There's over 2,000 people here. Someone told me they had over 2, but didn't know how many. The arena holds 4,500. 10 seconds. 7 to shoot. Bradley trying to get a hoop to go into the halftime. Maniscalco all the way to the window. The shot from the corner, not good.
They got a good look. That's all you can ask. They're hanging around.
It's a very close game, and at the halftime, the score. The Florida Gulf Coast Eagles 30, the visiting Bradley Braves 28. We'll come back in just a moment at Alico Arena. First half, the Bradley Braves had 9 points and 6 rebounds from Theron Wilson. Had 6 points on 2 threes from Darian Norris, and before a couple fouls, Will Egolf got a 6-minute look and made some positive things happen.
You know, he got those 2 quick fouls, and that took him out of the lineup, but I was really pleased to see that he made contributions, worked his minutes. And, you know, with a young player like that and who hadn't seen much, maybe you just don't worry about his fouls so much and just let him play and let him get his feet wet. Let's look to see in this second half if that's what happens.
All right, and thanks for a good interview with Bobby Parker of Bradley. And I'd like to put my own note in, the Megan Thong Blood Drive, December 3rd, 12 to 6, Hostler Hall, great cause. Contact Jesse Searby at Bradley Athletics for more information, 309-677-2666. Help the Braves in this good cause. Bradley starts with the ball, that's Maniscalco. Will Egolf is back and has started at center here again in the second half. Look at Wilson head to the basket. And oh my goodness, athleticism. Will Egolf, left hand follow tip with authority.
That's what I mean. You just got to let him get in there. Let him use all of his fouls. Let him figure out what it takes to play in Division I.
There's no doubt that he's athletic enough.
He's long. He's a good leaper. He's good hands, good facing touch.
And he's 19 years old.
Just needs minutes.
Bradley has tied this game. Ben Vega goes to the left on the scoot. Here's a little left-handed pop, missed everything. Theron Wilson recovered. Will Egolf heading to the rim all the way. Didn't get it, but a stuff by Chris Roberts. There is a start to the second half, and Florida Gulf Coast didn't like it. Timeout on the floor. How about that? Well, that was a great start to the half, and speaking of great, we've got a lot of friends of Bradley University that we need to thank, and one of those is right here. Core Construction of Morton with Wayne Baum, Steve Rushley, and all the friends there. Todd Baker and all the people at Proctor First Care. BradleyFans.com. I just urge you to put that on and just call it up and look about all the information. Bill Sharp and his wonderful folks at Total Income Tax. Phil, Joe, Tim Zobrist at Zobrist Construction over in Morton. All great people and great supporters of Bradley University and the Bradley basketball program, and we thank you all.
You know, interesting thing, Will Egolf had a breakaway. Instead of going in there and slamming it, he'll learn that's what you need to do, slam it. And he was in position to do it. He elected to just kind of finger roll it up there, and it lipped off. But Chris Roberts came out of nowhere and it had a resounding follow. I can remember when I was a high school coach, I used to have a rule that if anybody had a breakaway, I had to have a 6'5" or better person following that breakaway. Even if the guy had no defenders anywhere near him, the rule was a 6'5" or over guy had to follow the breakaway shot. And there was some rumors that I would give $5 for somebody that would do that.
Some talk of it somewhere. But I try to watch the game very carefully here from our perch up above, and I saw everything but Chris Roberts come from someplace, fly through the air and stuff it.
Well, I'm not the only coach that has that rule. I think a lot of coaches have that rule, and it's a good rule.
It is that. Bradley's playing man-to-man. Reed Baker in the game with the ball against Dodie Dunson. Dodie can defend. Looking for Christian Wolf on the block against Egolf. Reed Baker pulls the trigger and the rebound. Will Egolf with a little bit of fury that time. Bradley in the lead by 2. It's a good sound. Egolf sets the post. Maniscalco on the wing. Theron Wilson fake, go, stop, put it in, count it, and 1.
Theron got lucky there. I mean, maybe we'll have a chance to take a look at it, but it looked like it could have gone either way. But what's interesting, here it is. Yeah, no, that's a good call. He moved under. Even I'm wrong once in a while, Frank.
Every other leap year.
Well, what's happening is Florida Gulf Coast is starting to play some man-to-man defense. And when that happens, Bradley starts to lick their chops because their slashers can now become very vital cogs offensively.
One of the things a lead does for you, it's pretty hard to sit in a zone if you're behind. And so Bradley wants to get the lead, so they'll come out, play man-to-man, and Bradley's speed can zip past a few of them. Christian Wolf trying to get the ball in the low block. Derek O'Neill for 6'5" plays away from the basket a lot.
Now Will has to stay down here.
And he didn't do it. He got off his feet.
All he had, see, he's long. All he had to do, that was going to be a difficult shot from behind the backboard. All he had to do was stay down and get his arms up, and he would have created a miss. Christian Wolf would have missed that shot.
You know, I think that's a great point because I think
he needs to stay down. That's all he needed to do.
And you know what? Players assume that other players are going to make short shots, and I've watched so many games and seen so many short shots missed that you can't believe it.
Oh, those are the hardest shots in basketball. It's much easier to make a three-point shot than it is, to shoot a shot from 12 feet or 8 feet. Or, the hardest shot in basketball is a little 4-footer along the baseline.
That's what that was, approximately. So the game now is a 2-point Bradley lead. As you can see, it's 34-32, and the Braves try to answer once again. Braves playing with a little pep here. Dodie Dunson, a 3-ball. Weak side rebound, Singh. Sam just in. Maniscalco. Theron. Flying Roberts didn't get that one, and a whistle, and foul on the Braves. Foul was on Dunson.
That Kyle Marks for Gulf Coast can skywalk. I mean, he can really get up. He's a lefty. He's a pretty good active inside player. He has excellent hops, and he's shooting 46% from the field. He's a player that could be a factor before this game is over.
He had 6 rebounds against Kansas to go with 6 points, and he, as they told us early, was a great blocker and a great leaper, and he is all of that. Bradley's got Singh, Maniscalco, Wilson, Roberts,
and Norris.
And Norris is back in. Oh, that's Dunson's third, so Norris is back in. And see if Darien can maybe knock down yet another 3.
Well, he has a good-looking shot.
He might have a little confidence with 2 out of 3 balls in the first half. He's trying to shadow Chambers at one point. Here comes O'Neal. Didn't get it. He's got it back. Easy layup. Derek O'Neal. The game is tied, and we're just early in the second half. Norris goes through the lane. High screen. This is Chris Roberts. Bradley's moving the ball more crisply. Sam Maniscalco and a whistle. Offensive foul.
Sam Singh.
Sam Singh picks up the foul, his first. Bradley's first in the, or third in the second half. There's Jim Les talking to Chris Roberts. Some encouragement. Again, a new player.
Constantly teaching, and that's the sign of a good coach, and that's why he's one of the hottest young coaches in the country. He's constantly teaching, constantly teaching.
It's amazing the respect the players have for him and the admiration, and that's why I think Bradley will be playing a lot better really soon. Here's walking on Derek O'Neal. He tried to do a little too much, I think. Well, it's a tie game, and Bradley can take the lead right here.
Gulf Coast playing man-to-man. Bradley likes this. There's a wide open jumper blocked.
It was that. Theron Wilson made a wonderful play, tapping it off Gulf Coast and out of bounds to Bradley. All right, we'll be back at Alico Arena in just a moment.
Throughout your life, you develop many special partnerships with family and friends. Pekin Insurance understands. We've been your partner in protecting those you care about most. Secure the future with a partner who cares. Your independent Pekin Insurance agent. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Call Mid-Illinois Insurance and talk to Ron Murphy, Larry Hardesty, or Mark Alwyn for all your insurance needs.
Pekin Insurance. What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking. Your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
Total dental care from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
Selection, we have it at Finish Line Ford. No matter what you're looking for, import or domestic. 05 G35X, 16815, 06 C230, 19574, 07 IS250, 26780. Central Illinois' best selection at our lowest prices. Find them all at finishlineford.net.
Well, Bradley's offense is against man-to-man and creating good shots. Dodie Dunston had a clean look, but got the shot blocked at the last second.
Sam Maniscalco from the right wing, bullseye. Just booked that one. That's a good sign, too, as Sam hit a couple last night, and now he drills that one to give Bradley a three-point advantage. Boy, it looks good to see some shots going in.
And I think it's going to get better and better as the year goes on. It's just going to be one of those blips, you know, without Warren and
sure,
with all these young kids, it's just going to take some time.
Irk Vania is 34 in for the Eagles. That gives them less athleticism than Marks and O'Neal. Here's a wild shot up by the Eagles, and Sam Singh claims it. Sam Maniscalco looks like he's feeling a little more tonight. Dunson. Bradley's doing less dribbling and more passing tonight. Theron Wilson hunts for a basket into the paint. Got his own rebound. Falling away, he gives it up to Roberts for 2 and a foul.
That was a wonderful play by Theron Wilson because his feet were all twisted up. He had bodies laying on his feet, and he had the presence of mind to try to get the ball out and over to Chris Roberts. Here's a good look at it. There's the twist up right there. Falling down, presence of mind, gets it to Roberts. Roberts takes the hit and finishes big time.
That's some strength, and Chris Roberts is 6'4", but he plays much bigger than that when he gets near the rim.
Oh, I think as the season goes on, we're going to see some exciting individual athletic plays by Chris Roberts. I think he's a terrific basketball player.
And one, he made them both, and made the three-point play, and it pushes Bradley's lead to 6. And the Braves finally got just a bit of air between themselves and the Eagles. Braves shooting 39% from the game at this point. And
they're back in a 2-3 zone.
Interesting. The tables turn a little bit. Bradley gets the lead. They play zone. Here's Reed Baker, one of the guys at a zone breaker. Urkvania is inside. Baker is fouled by Theron Wilson, I believe. Theron Wilson it is. That's his first foul. And Edwin McCain comes off the Bradley bench and gives Sam Maniscalco a rest. Sam's had a good game.
I think there's a lot of Bradley players that are playing better. I think they're just getting more and more comfortable. And like I said in yesterday's broadcast, this is going to be a 10-game process before they fall together to be the kind of team they're going to be.
Now, Jim has talked all year about the chemistry and how much he likes this team, and Theron Wilson is really rebounding this season. He's got big numbers.
Quietly having a terrific game.
Yes, he is. And he came into the game averaging 8 rebounds. He had 6 of them at the half. He's got his 8 now already. So that's a good number for a guy 6'4", 6'5". Dodie Dunson's free at the foul line for a pop that drops.
That time he took a look, he didn't just automatically. He found himself about as open as he was the last time when he had the shot block, but he took a good look and then made a good decision. All right, I got some space. I'll put this one up and in.
Bradley man-to-man now and leading by 8. 13 and a half minutes to go in this game. Frank Bassoni and Dick Versace are glad you're joining us on Comcast Spotlight. Urkvania lobs down low, inside, Kyle Marks, easy 2. High-low, reminds me a little bit of what Bill Self likes to do.
Yeah, that time Theron Wilson got caught on the high side, and the offensive player shoved him up the lane, which is the move you should make. A good way to move your defensive postman, move him up the lane, then that creates space for the lob.
It does indeed. That's a good point. For the first time, Chad Lutkenhouse in this half, number 11 in white, is into the game. Here comes Norris again. Ball's long to Reed Baker. Bradley by 6. The Eagles run. Kyle Marks is soaring.
Now, you don't want to give that stuff up. You want to put that guy on the line, make him make the free throws. There's that little trap. It's like a one-time trap, then to a 1-3-1 zone.
Norris has it tipped away, and fortunately for the Braves, out to McCain. Bradley's got 2 freshman guards while we protect the lead. First-year player for the Braves in Dunson in the game, too. McCain. Theron Wilson's had a big game. Here comes another one. Mid-range jumper, feathers.
He's quietly having a terrific game.
And there's a timeout by Bradley on the court. With 12:17 to play, the Braves by 6. Wow. Well, that's a nice little run for Bradley, and Theron Wilson's had some big moments, and looks like Bradley's getting contributions more across the board tonight.
I would agree with that. I get a little concerned when you got 2 freshman guards in there, and the other team's extending a 1-3-1 zone, and we're trying to throw cross-court passes. There's Dodie Dunson taking a good look, but that good look was preceded by a good decision. He knew where the defenders were. He knew that he was open. Then he rose up and buried the jumper.
When somebody was interviewing Shaquille O'Neal and said, who's the best player in the league? He says, Kobe by far. And he said, why? He said, because Kobe never takes a possession off. And, what you're seeing tonight is we got some guys, and Theron Wilson's been, he's just possession by possession is making contributions, as are other Braves, and it looks like we're in that zone again, or not. They set up 2-3, but
it's a 2-3 zone. And I think the reason they're in the 2-3 zone is because Will Egolf is in there, and he doesn't get exposed. There's that postman being pushed up the lane.
Sure is. That's Christian.
The lob is open on the backside.
Long bomb by Chambers is not good. Tip out to Sam Maniscalco. Bradley's got 3-on-3. Maniscalco goes all the way to the window, and he couldn't get it. Couldn't quite finish. In extra high gear, here comes Chambers all the way coast to coast. Reggie Chambers, 5'9" and 155, a freshman Jet. 4-point game.
There's that attacking of the notch that I was talking about. The notch created by the point and wing man. Then it gives you a pass.
Corner shot available for Roberts. Whirls and fires. Oh, what a nice play by Wilson. And he got it to Roberts, who got it in the basket.
Theron Wilson is having a whale of a game. It's not so quiet. It's a noisy game. It's a blustery game.
That is absolutely remarkable athletic ability. A great play by Wilson, and somehow, for the second night in a row around the rim, Chris Roberts finished. We'll be back with more excitement in just a moment.
Sports, it's all about teamwork. And as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers at Teamworks, we thank you for your continued support and welcome you again soon. We're gearing up for back to school with an expanded showroom, great new spirit wear to support your team, and as your authorized Mizuno team dealer, we have the latest equipment to give your team that competitive edge. Teamworks, we're as passionate and proud of our team as you are of yours.
Embassy Suites Hotel and Conference Center in East Peoria. Online now at embassysuiteseastpeoria.com.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
The Braves have the lead by 6, in part because of the 13 points and 10 rebounds already by Theron Wilson. Quite a performance.
And Bradley is still holding Gulf Coast to 33% shooting from the field. I'm sorry, it's up to 36.
But still, and here's another Bradley zone look. Wolf again in the middle of it. Reggie Chambers on one wing, Reed Baker on the other. High-low, Wolf lost the ball. It went right to Gulf Coast Kyle Marks, and he laid it in. Tough break for the Braves.
Yeah, he's dangerous inside. He's long. He's a left-hander, and he's got excellent jumping ability.
He's got 13 points. We're talking about Kyle Marks. Good player. Delvin Franklin has been strangely silent in this game. He's 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. And their kind of highlight player has got 1 point in 23 minutes.
And they're 2 for 10 from the three-point line. We're 4 for 15.
Will Egolf's at center. Maniscalco and Norris outside. Taylor Brown's in the game at one wing, and Doty Dunson. Taylor Brown, 3. Book it. That's 3.
That's Norris, I believe, hit that.
Yes, Norris. Darian Norris.
Who's excited?
Not I,
That's
he
the
said.
freshman. That's his third 3.
Under 10 minutes, Bradley by 7. Can they hang on? Here's the shot off the window, and Mr. Marks is on fire. Somebody's going to have to wrap him up, and maybe it'll be Theron Wilson, who just bounced off the Bradley bench. He's a handful. Marks is 6'7", 230, a junior, and he's a transfer from Nebraska. I'll bet Nebraska's sorry he's gone.
I mean, he's extremely athletic. I mean, he can run. He's a prime leaper. He's got good activity inside in the paint. Good finisher around the basket. He's got a gorgeous-looking left-handed hook. Of course, he's lefty, but it's still, you don't see that many hooks, and knock down a free throw.
There's a three-point play to close the lead to 4. They put the full-court zone pressure on Bradley, and this time, so far, no trouble. Dunson. Dunson is 2. Norris, 3. There's Norris, corner. Long rebound, Gulf Coast.
I mean, I got no problem with that shot. He just knocked down his third 3, and he had a clean look.
In the lane, O'Neal. Here's Delvin Franklin, and he missed everything. Will Egolf has it for Bradley. Will Egolf getting his most minutes of his career. Look at that move, and rejected by Kyle Marks. That was remarkable.
I love the challenge. I love the fact that young Will Egolf
took it right to him.
Took it right to him. Yeah, he got rejected, but he got rejected by a huge shot blocker. That's okay.
It is all right. That's really good.
But you got to give Kyle Marks some credit, too.
Oh.
He's really having himself a whale of a game.
I'll say he is. He plays any more like that, and he'll be seeing his name on the all-tournament team. Maniscalco. Remember, Bradley plays Richmond tomorrow in the 4 o'clock Central Illinois time. 5 o'clock here. Doty Dunson finds Norris open, squares up and missed it. High leaping rebound once again by guess who? And here's a layup on the other end for Chambers, and he blew it. But a foul on Bradley, and Bradley's 4-point lead is in jeopardy.
Well, here's an interesting thing. That shot was taken from the corner. So, and it was missed and came, 70% of missed shots come off on the other side. So there's no excuse for Gulf Coast to have a 3-on-1 break or a 4-on-1 break. And I'm sure that man right there is not real happy about that. The shot was fine. He just didn't make it. But there's no excuse not to get the ball under control and get back in transition and get matched up.
Chambers knocks it down. He was only shooting 33% on free throws, but remember, this is so early in the season that some stats are skewed. Will Egolf goes out. He did a fine job so far tonight for the Braves, and I'm sure there's a hand slap from his coach. Sam Singh is back in, a veteran. Chambers makes it a 2-point game. It doesn't have to be close, does it? We could.
That's the nature of it.
Still a long way to go.
Still a lot of problems with this pressure. They're taking the pressure full, and then they're doing it 3/4, and now they're in man-to-man.
Dave Balza, the coach of Florida, has done a nice job here. A couple years ago, they won 27 games.
I think he's an excellent coach.
He shows it.
His team is very well coached.
Stop and pop by Maniscalco. Then Sam Singh missed. Point blank. He got a good rebound and could not get it down. Oh, that hurts. Wow. Marks. Top of the key. Boy, is he long. This is O'Neal. Going in. 14 to shoot. Now 12. Charge on Reggie Chambers. Sam Singh saw him coming, didn't move, and Chambers just thought he hit an oak tree.
Well, that was good. That was a good play by Sam Singh, and kudos to Sam for stepping in there and taking a really physical charge. Stepped in, good play.
Very, very nicely done.
And it came at a good time, Frank. Came at a very good time.
All right, we'll take a break and be right back at the Alico Arena.
At Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington, we make it easy to get started on an exercise program. First, we help match you with the right fitness equipment. And we back each purchase with Russell's exclusive 30-day guaranteed buyback policy. Russell stays with you every step of the way. Sales, service, delivery, and in-home maintenance. No third parties, only Russell's crew of fitness professionals. So visit our showroom at Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington. We're not only the best place to buy your bicycle, we're the best place to buy your fitness equipment too.
Hi, I'm Brett Grimm from Grimm Heating and Air Conditioning. Right now, indoor air is roughly 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. 50% of your illnesses can be either aggravated or caused by polluted indoor air. We have to come into the house to be able to see what we're dealing with. We put a sensor in on one day and we come back 3 days later. This sensor will take readings of all the different things that are going in your home. There's no charge for the service. All it takes is a phone call. Call us today. We'd love to come out and have the opportunity to help you make your home as healthy as possible.
You're gonna love the things we do. We're gonna make you smile. We've got a style that's right for you. Leeway ceramic tile, a kitchen floor, the bathroom wall. No room is too big or small. So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
And a very enjoyable basketball game from sunny Florida. 49-47 Bradley with 7:49 to play, and we're back in action. The Braves would love to get a couple of shots down and a couple of stops and build this lead up a little bit. Singh at the high. There's a Doty Dunson free look, didn't get it, and once again, Marks scoops, snares it out of the sky, and the Eagles have a chance to tie. Here's Marks on the other end. He did not get that, and Wilson just got his 11th rebound. 13 and 11 for Theron. Roberts is on the wing. Wolf's behind Singh. Now he's doubled. Bradley trying to reverse the ball and run a little clock. 15 to shoot. This is Wilson. He got tipped and fouled. That's a two-shotter, I'm sure. And Bradley sure can use it. Sam Singh is on the floor.
Looks like he's hurt.
He had a tender groin.
No, he's laughing.
He's laughing. Right.
I think
he might have slipped.
I think he just fell over Theron.
It's good to see Big Sam smiling there. Yeah. He is a jovial young
I thought
man.
he was hurt because he
I did
down.
too. Well, I mean, he
There's
had
the foul. That clearly was a foul. Where does Sam Singh get involved here? I don't know. He tripped over a body lying on the floor.
Looked like he fell out of a tree. Theron Wilson didn't get the free throw. Theron's line is impressive tonight. He was 5 for 7 free throw before that. He's now 5 for 8. He's played 27 minutes. The most of anybody for Bradley, same as Sam Maniscalco.
I would probably expect to see. Oh, he missed both free throws.
Both free throws. That's 2 cracks for Bradley.
I would expect to see Maniscalco and Wilson play the rest of this game,
and maybe even Dunson.
Yeah.
Chambers, jittery quick, trying to get away from Maniscalco. Blocked by. Oh, look at that play!
Oh, terrific play!
He
by
blocked
Will.
the ball in the air and smacked it off an opponent. Reggie Chambers. Will Egolf is really athletic.
I think we're witnessing an epiphany here.
Isn't
Sam
that something?
Maniscalco does a good job of cutting off the baseline. Will Egolf, off balance, takes the ball and throws it off the defender.
Wow. Bradley by 2. As we said, there's a ball that was tipped by Baker and went off Wilson out of bounds. But as we said at halftime, Dick, and there's no such thing as an ugly win tonight. A win is a win.
It's all about the W.
Yes.
It's always about the W. And once the W is in your possession, Doesn't matter whether it was pretty or ugly.
Theron Wilson's got 3 fouls, and he's trying to guard Kyle Marks, who's a handful. Addison Smith is 4 with the ball. Egolf covers the middle, and a whistle and a turnover or timeout. A 30-second timeout by Gulf Coast. So we'll try to figure out now what the coaches are telling their teams. Just over 6 minutes. The game is 2-point game in favor of Bradley.
I think if you're Gulf Coast, you're having some success by jumping passing lanes, and I would encourage my team, if I was the Gulf Coast coach, I would encourage. Here's the Sam Maniscalco drive. He cuts off the baseline. Will Egolf makes the real athletic save. But I was talking about Gulf Coast. They've had some luck jumping passing lanes in their zone and out of their man-to-man. And I would encourage my guys to do that defensively. On the other hand, if I'm Jim Les, I'm saying, hey, let's not settle for jumpers here. Let's see if we can get to the basket a little bit, maybe get on the free throw line or both.
Very interesting. Right on it. Will Egolf started his first game as a Brave tonight. Believe me, folks, it will not be his last. Bradley's got his own working. Baker is way outside, and Egolf has the rebound. Did he get called for a foul?
I think they're calling traveling.
Wow, Will went skying with power, grabbed that ball, tore it down. He looks more comfortable at the 5 than he did last year at the 4. That's Marks. 5:45. Bradley by 2 in red. Ooh, near steal by Wilson. Christian Wolf.
Oh.
It looked like he walked.
Yeah.
He turned. He fired it up there. Is it going to bounce in? No. And Bradley's got the ball. Chris Roberts. And Bradley decides to take their time a second here and try to add to their 2-point lead. Boy, is this
now's when they have to show some poise, get themselves a very good shot.
Shot selection. Sam Maniscalco, Theron Wilson. Bradley likes this high weave. Sam's wide open. Bang! Sam Maniscalco in the guts of the game at 4:55 gives Bradley a 4-point lead.
Sam runs the pick and roll very well. He made a good choice there. He came off the screen. He was wide open. Didn't hesitate. Just buried the jumper.
After last night, this is a lot better feeling. Nice rebound, Theron Wilson. He's got about 13 of those.
Now value the possession. It's important to value the possession. What does that mean? It means get a good shot. Take your time. Use some shot clock.
Extra passes. Roberts in traffic, lost the handle, 3-on-1, lost the ball, and here comes Addison Smith. Clock moving to 4:10. The tension starting to build in the building.
Got a bad mismatch inside. Marks and Maniscalco got matched up.
Easy backdoor cut, and Kyle Marks knocks it down. 51-49. Chris Roberts goes in and charges 2 plays in a row. Roberts trying to do maybe a little too much.
Well, you know, he's a one-on-one player. He's a little excited, made 2 bad choices. Although that call on the charge, that man's not happy with that call. When you see Jim's eyes roll up into his head, it means I saw something different than you saw.
We'll be right back with the finish of the game.
Arch Madness. It's not just great basketball, it's 4 action-packed days, 9 exciting matchups, 10 Valley teams, 100 players, thousands of wild fans, and an amazing array of attractions, activities, and restaurants in St. Louis. It's the 2009 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 5th through 8th at Scott Trade Center. Arch Madness. It's the one weekend no basketball fan can miss. Get your tickets now.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality appliances at Sherman's.
A healthy lifestyle. The difference it makes is unbelievable.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Total dental care from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality living room furniture at Sherman's.
'Tis the season for shopping and winning with Comcast Spotlight. Local businesses are teaming up with Comcast Spotlight to give you the opportunity to win a holiday shopping spree. One lucky customer will win a prize package containing a $50 gift certificate from each sponsor. Just imagine the value. Visit these participating businesses by Christmas Eve to register, and you could be shopping your way to a very Merry Christmas.
They're pretty close at Alico Arena, and the score is even closer. 3:51 to go. Bradley by 2. Theron Wilson with 13 points, 12 rebounds in 31 minutes. Darian Norris with 3 out of 7 for 3 for 9. Gulf Coast with the ball, and that's Reed Baker. Nice steal by Bradley's Theron Wilson.
Bradley was back in their 2-3 zone that time, and Wilson just jumped the passing lane. It was a good play.
Let's see what Bradley's play is here. High post. Walking called on Theron Wilson. I didn't see that, but there it was. And Bradley turns it over without a shot. Value every possession.
Yeah, I guess you could call that. Of course, I'm a little prejudiced.
As Abe Lemons said around here, around some places that might be called a foul. Reed Baker, he can shoot the ball. Franklin's with him. Baker's deep, yes!
And Gulf Coast was 2 for 13 from threes until Reed Baker took that shot. And Reed Baker was not shooting well from the three-point line at all.
He made his first one of the game to start the game, and that one at 2:45 to put the Eagles on top of the Braves by 1. What a big, deep shot by Reed Baker.
Baker was shooting 25% from the three-point line coming into this game.
Wow. Well, the Braves need to answer. Norris will trigger. Dunston coming toward the ball, and it goes way out to Wilson. Only 2:41 left. Sam Maniscalco, a 3-ball. Long rebound. Doty, Dunston, and Norris. Norris went after it, got it, and got fouled. Darian at 5'11", 190, and a freshman, has made his presence felt in this game.
Well, there's a scramble for the ball there. Doty Dunston uses his athletic ability and his toughness to come up with the possession for Bradley.
Okay. Strategy.
Well,
players,
first of all, there's a lot of time left. There's going to be quite a few possessions left if you got a 1-point differential. If you're Jim Les, you're trying to settle your team down. I mean, we've made some bad choices the last 3 or 4 trips, and we've looked shaky. We've had travels, bad choices on what shots we took. We had a charge. We had a very high degree of difficulty shot by Chris Roberts. So he's going to settle his team down. On the other end, if I'm coaching Gulf Coast, I'm saying, okay, we're in good position, not just because we have a 1-point lead, but I like the tenor of the way things are going. Let's use the shot clock. Let's be very patient, and let's get a good, clean look.
The arrow belongs to Gulf Coast, a little early for that. Fouls, Bradley 7 in this half, Eagles 6. Bradley has the ball, maybe an ATO here. Sam Maniscalco curls, goes down the lane, puts it up and in, and 1.
Nice finish by Maniscalco. He's a guy that is comfortable in the lane. I like when he goes in the lane and stays on the floor. So he stayed down until he had to make the decision. And when he went in the air, he went in the air to shoot the ball, not go in the air to pass the ball.
That's clear, Doctor. I felt like saying when you were explaining that, and I'm Frank Bissoni, and I approve this message because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, you know, Bradley's had some difficulties in these early games by jumping in the air.
A big three-point play.
You jump in the air, Frank. You jump in the air to shoot, not to pass.
That's it. And the co-captain of the Braves gives Bradley a 2-point lead with 2:22. This is a fun game. It'll be break for Bradley. Kyle Marks got free on the baseline, and the ball slipped through his hands as he was about to jump up and look down into the basket. Will Bradley run a little clock here?
I think it looks like they're trying to run a set play. No, they're back in zone.
They spread the court. Will flashes inside and back out.
So they're going to jump these passing lanes.
18 to shoot, 157. Maniscalco gets the high post. Doty puts it inside to.
Shot clock is at 7.
Now 4, 3. Will Egolf, yes!
Big basket, big basket. Nice penetration by Maniscalco, finding Egolf for the mid-range jumper.
Finding Will Egolf is one of the subtitles of this game. And a timeout by Derek O'Neill. Cold-blooded mid-range shot by the kid.
Well, we talked about players having epiphanies. Will Egolf is having his. He came in and he has worked his minutes and he's made more positive contributions in this game than in all the collective games that he got in last year. So what he understands now is he understands what he has to do. And what he has to do is get rebounds, make shots, nice penetration, good find by Maniscalco. Egolf knocks it down. Doing positive things.
And if you say, why wasn't he playing a long time ago, the answer is the coaches and he knew he wasn't quite at this point and ready. And last year, for example, but now he's had a year under his belt and he got an opportunity tonight and he's taken advantage of it.
Well, he wasn't playing because he probably wasn't the best player in practice. Sometimes that little moment when the light goes off in your head of what it is that makes you a successful Division I player, that happens only when the lights are on.
That's right.
It doesn't happen in practice all the time.
Well, this should add some confidence to the young man, as well as Darian Norris, who's drilled 3 crucial threes. Maniscalco's had a big part in this. Theron Wilson's been great, and Chris Roberts has made a couple of brilliant plays. Reed Baker wants an outside shot. Sam Maniscalco is on him. O'Neal is 24. There's Baker, 1:07, 4 to shoot. Bang! Reed Baker has made 2 in a row. And with less than 1 minute, Bradley has the ball and a 2-point lead. Possession arrow is the Eagles. 7-7 are the fouls. Maniscalco's controlling the ball. Egolf's on the baseline. Now Roberts. And Bradley is just letting the clock run down. 12 to shoot, now 10. Sam still way back there. 7 to shoot. Here comes Maniscalco, screened by Roberts, and Maniscalco lost the ball, making a turn around the corner, and the Eagles have it with less than a half a minute.
Oh, it kind of looked like Maniscalco planned ahead. I thought he should have shot the ball. It looked like he was planning to throw it down the baseline, and then in that indecision period, he lost control of the ball. Big stop here for Bradley. If they can get a stop, they're in great position.
That is for sure. A defensive stop could actually win the game for the Braves. You never know. Inside, look out. Here comes the man, Kyle Marks. Not this time, but a rebound, and Will Egolf intercepts the pass. Will Egolf intercepted the pass and got fouled.
He's had an outstanding debut here, and this is a debut. I mean, I don't want to over.
No, I don't either,
it,
but
I mean,
it's real. I mean,
it's a series of positive contributions. This was a wonderful play by Will Egolf. He just was aware of where the ball was, and Reggie Chambers threw the ball in bounds, and he stepped in and picked it up.
He has not shot a free throw this year before tonight's game. So Will Egolf is at the line Handsome young man from Juneau, Alaska will have a big chance here. Got it! Bradley by 3 with 7.1 seconds to play in the game, and Jim Les decides to call a timeout. Wow. Lower scoring game than some might have thought, but who cares if you come out on top?
You might say, well, why would you freeze your own guy here? And I think, with a veteran team, you probably would not. But I know what Jim is doing. He's trying to cover every contingency here. And what he's going to do is make sure what you do on a miss, what you do on a make. And he's explained to his team exactly what he wants done. On the other hand, Gulf Coast is saying what we're going to do on a make and what we're going to do on a miss. And the big decision for Gulf Coast is if it's a miss, do you push it or do you call a timeout and then try to set up a play?
And of course, if it's a make, it's a 2-possession game, unless you foul a 3-point shooter, and that won't happen. At least you don't think so. But here is a free throw with 7.1 seconds. Will Egolf, the sophomore, in his first start, has a chance to give Bradley a 4-point advantage. Then you're right, of course. They decide whether they take a quick 2 or go down to Marks and try to get a fast one down the court. Egolf shoots. Good. Another dagger. 58-54.
And there's a steal.
There's a steal by Bradley with 5.7 seconds. Maniscalco has the ball, and maybe, just maybe, the Bradley Braves will taste a victory.
Well, they've certainly earned it. They made a huge turnaround from the performance of last night. It was an embarrassing performance for the coaching staff, I'm sure, for the players themselves, and I really like the way Jim Les handled it. He went in and spoke to his team. Maniscalco missed another free throw.
He did with 3 seconds. 2-1. Marks fires. No. And that's a winner, folks. The final score is Bradley 58. Florida Gulf Coast 54. And the Bradley Braves have won the game and go tomorrow night against what may be, Dick Versace, the most physically talented team in the field in the Richmond Spiders.
Yeah, they have a player named Gonzalez, who I think is a pro. He's a 6'5" guard, and he has excellent lift, and he's a 52%, I believe. We'll have to check that, but it's over 50. He shoots 50% from the three-point line. I saw him play against Syracuse, and I said, this guy reminds me of Brandon Roy. So he's a load.
That is a compliment indeed.
And the rest of the team, the rest of the Richmond team, is extremely talented. They were up 6 on Syracuse at Syracuse, and I've been in that position. I remember playing at Syracuse in the NIT in 1982.
I remember too.
When there was 35,000 people
Wipe
in the Carrier
out city.
Dome. So if you can go in like Richmond did and play them that good for a half, then you're a pretty good basketball team, and they're very unselfish, and they move the ball really well.
We'll be back with more. Bradley has won the game, 58-54. Stay with us for a moment. Bradley trailed 30-28 at the half of this game against Florida Gulf Coast, but turned the tables in the second half with some timely play by a number of people, including Theron Wilson, including Sam Maniscalco, Darian Norris, and Will Egolf.
And Will Egolf,
yes.
Right. Now, we talked about Will Egolf, most of the night, but the guy that was the guts and the heart of this win was Theron Wilson. I mean, Theron Wilson, 13 points, 12 rebounds, a couple of assists, good floor game, and some saves and some things that don't show up in this little sheet here.
Yes.
So he was the heart and soul of this victory. I think a steady performance by Stan Maniscalco, but a debut and an epiphany of sorts for Will Egolf.
Yes, very effective play after a admittedly really ragged performance for Bradley last night. Says a lot about the character of the coaches and the team. And we'll be back, and we'll have a final word about this game and Richmond in just a moment. A lot of people feel a lot better tonight than they did last night, and two of them are right here, Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace. A final word.
Yeah, nothing like a W. It just does something for you, makes you feel good, makes everybody feel good, the fans, the players, the coaches, and I'm very happy for all involved. I did mention one thing early in the broadcast, and I said if you hold a team to 33% shooting like Bradley did in the first half to Gulf Coast, and then at the end of the game, Gulf Coast shot 35%, you should win the game. You should win it, and they did.
They did, and they got help from 3 balls, 3 of them by Darian Norris. Sam Maniscalco with 13 points. They got 8 big points and 5 rebounds from Willie Golf, and player of the game, Theron Wilson, 13 and 12. So that's it from the Alico Arena. For our producer, Frank Blaine, for Coach Dick Versace. This is Frank Bissoni wishing you all a very pleasant good evening from Fort Myers, Florida, where the Bradley Braves triumphed over the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles 58-54. We'll see you at 4 Peoria time tomorrow. Bradley and Richmond on Comcast Spotlight. Thanks for watching and good night.